Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sushma Talegaonkar from Jamia Hamdard. Today I am going to talk about the module Introduction to Multiple Emulsion System from paper Novel Drug Delivery System 2. The learning objectives of the today's lecture, they are: first, we are going to discuss with the basic introduction of the different types of emulsions. Then the second, we are going to discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of the multiple emulsion system. And the third learning objective is the formulation components of multiple emulsion system. So the first we should see what is the emulsion. The emulsion, as we all know, they are biphasic, thermodynamically unstable system, and basically emulsions, they generally contain two liquid-liquid phases which are immiscible with each other. One liquid phase is dispersed in another liquid phase in a form of very fine droplets uniformly. So there are the two phases in emulsion. One is disperse phase and another one is the dispersion media. The emulsions, basically they are thermodynamically unstable systems, and that's why they are not that much popular as compared to the other dosage form. If we will see the emulsion system, the droplet size are very fine, and generally they are ranging from zero point 0.1 to 10 micron. But it is not a thumb rule. In many emulsions, the globule size, they may be generally ranging from 1 micron to 100 micron also. But the globule size play a very important role in stability of emulsion system. So very large size of the globules are also not very good, and a very fine size of the globules are also not very good in terms of stability of emulsion. So a proper balance or a optimum size of the globules in emulsion systems are very important. So let us see what are the types of emulsion system. Basically, the emulsion systems, they are generally divided into four types. First is simple emulsions. They are also known as conventional emulsions, which in which they are again two types. One is oil in water and another one is water in oil emulsions. Second emulsion system, they are multiple emulsion system or multiphasic system, or sometimes they are also known as complex emulsion systems, or sometimes they are also called a liquid membrane system. They are again divided into two: oil in water and oil emulsion system, which is also known as O by W by O, and second one is water in oil in water, W by O by W. These phases we can also increase, and they can be tetraphasic, pentaphasic, hexaphasic, and that's why they are called as a multiphasic system. As we are going to increase the phases, the effect will be more and more sustained. Third category is microemulsion system. Microemulsion system nowadays is a very popular emulsion system because the definition itself is saying the microemulsion systems, they are thermodynamically stable system in which the droplet size, they are generally ranging from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, or in another word we can say the basically the droplet size are very small, and up to 100 nanometer the size range is reported. And microemulsions, they are generally the components, if you will see in case of microemulsions why they are thermodynamically stable. So the components in microemulsion system, they generally play a very important role in their stability. So the components in case of microemulsions, they are: first is oil phase, water phase, surfactant and co-surfactant. Or in another term we can say, we are generally use equal or the proper balance of surfactant and co-surfactant in case of microemulsions, and that's why they are thermodynamically stable, transparent or translucent systems. And very due to their stability, there are several microemulsion preparations, they are in the market. Now the fourth type, if we will see, that is a nanoemulsion system. Nanoemulsion systems, they are more or less same as a microemulsion system, but they are kinetically stable system and thermodynamically unstable system. And basically, nanoemulsions, they are generally prepared by using high shear equipments like high pressure homogenizer and the sonicator. So their global size is generally, if you will see the global size of nanoemulsion system, it is generally going to be generally varies from 10 nanometer to 200 nanometer. So we can say the size of the globules is comparatively bigger as compared to the microemulsion system. So nanoemulsions, they are also playing a very important role in various types of the applications in pharmaceutical field. This diagram, we generally we will see in this diagram, there are the two diagrams. One is the multiple emulsion system, and another diagram is showing how the dispersed phase is generally dispersed in dispersion media, and they are generally making a stable emulsion system in the presence of a third component that is known as a emulsifying agent. If you will see the diagram, the emulsifying agent, they are generally going to be adsorbed at the water and oil interface, and this adsorption of the emulsifier, they generally provide the stability, and they generally play a very important role in the stability of emulsions. Or in another word, we can say due to this adsorption of the surfactant, they generally prevent their coalescence, and they generally improve the stability of emulsion. So we can say the emulsifier, which is generally playing a very important role in stability and the formulation of emulsion system, whether it is a nano emulsion, whether it is a micro emulsions or simple emulsions or the multiple emulsion systems. In this slide, we are generally showing various types of emulsions. First figure is oil in water emulsion, in which we can easily see that oil droplets, they are dispersed in water phase, and in this emulsion we are using this emulsifying agent having a high HLB value, and their polar portions are outside and non-polar portion they are inside in oil droplets. B, that is a water in oil emulsion, in which the water droplets, they are dispersed in oil dispersion media, and in this system we are using surface active agent which are having a low HLB value, and the surface active agent, they are arranging themselves in a way that their non-polar portion is outside and polar portions are inside the water droplet. The third figure is showing multiple emulsion, that is a water in oil in water emulsion. Here we can easily see that several water droplets, they are inside the one big oil droplet, and this oil droplet is dispersing in again in water external aqueous phase. So here we are using the two surfactant. One surfactant will adsorb at water oil interface, in which we are using a low HLB surfactant, and another surfactant will adsorb at this oil and the water interface. So there are the two surfactants which are stabilizing two emulsions. Fourth one figure is showing oil in oil multiple emulsion, in which we can clearly see that there are two emulsions, oil in water and water in oil. So in first case, in oil in water emulsion, several oil droplets, they are inside one big water droplet, which again dispersed in oil phase. So here again we are using the two surfactants, and first step we are using a high HLB surfactant, that is a like Trinity and all, in which they are generally arranging themselves in a way that their polar portion is towards the water and non-polar portion is towards the oil phase. And in second step, which is generally a water in oil emulsion, in which we are using especially the low HLB surfactant, and their this hydrophobic portion are outside and hydrophilic portions are inside the water droplet. Physical properties of well-formulated emulsions. First property, that is a homogeneity. The product must remain sufficiently homogeneous for at least the period between shaking the container and removing the required amount. Second, reconstitution. The sediment or the creaming product on the storage, if any, must be easily resuspended or re-emulsified by moderate agitation of the container, so in order to maintain the uniformity of the dosage form. Third is pourability. It is again one of the most important parameter in liquid dosage form. The product may be required to be thickened in order to reduce the rate of settling of the particles or rate of creaming of oil globules. The resulting viscosity must not be so high that removal of the product from the container and transfer to site of application are difficult. Fourth parameter, that is elegancy. Any suspended particles should be small and uniformly sized in order to give a smooth, elegant product free from a gritty texture. So, the students, today's object is multiple emulsion system. So, let us see the definition of multiple emulsion system. The multiple emulsion systems, they are complex polydisperse system where both the oil in water and water in oil emulsion exist simultaneously. These are stabilized by hydrophobic as well as the hydrophilic surfactant respectively. The multiphasic emulsion systems, they are also called the emulsion of emulsions, double or triple emulsion system, multiphasic emulsions and liquid membrane systems, because this type of the emulsions itself contains the dispersed globules which are miscible with the continuous phase. Or in another word, we can say, if suppose we generally take an example like water in oil in water emulsion. In this particular emulsion, first the water droplets, they are generally dispersed in oil phase, and we are going to prepare a water in oil emulsions. Then this emulsion we are again going to disperse in aqueous phase. So if we will see the diagram or the figure of this water in oil and water emulsion system, we will see the several water droplets, they are in one oil droplet, and this one oil droplet is generally dispersing in water phase or external aqueous phase. Liquid membrane system. Sometimes certain multiple emulsions also termed as liquid membrane system because the two miscible phases are separated by an immiscible phase, that is called the liquid membrane, which acts as a semi-permeable film through which solute must diffuse in order to traverse from one phase to another. Types of multiple emulsion. Multiple emulsions are commonly of two types. First, water in oil in water type. In water in oil in water systems, an organic phase or oil phase or hydrophobic phase separates internal and external aqueous phases, or in other words, oil droplets may surrounded by an aqueous phase which in turn encloses one or several water droplets. Second, oil in oil multiple emulsion. In O by W by O systems, an aqueous phase, that is a hydrophilic phase, separates internal and external oil phase, or in other words, water droplets may be surrounded in oil phase which in turn encloses one or more oil droplets. This diagram is showing different types of multiple emulsion. First is water in water system, and second one is oil in oil system. In water in water system, there are two surfactants. One is hydrophilic and another one is hydrophobic surfactant. Hydrophobic surfactant, they are generally adsorbed at water oil interface, and hydrophilic surfactant is generally adsorbed at oil and water interface, and this is a high HLB emulsifying agent. Advantages of multiple emulsion system. There are various advantages of multiple emulsion system. They are discussed below. First, masking of unpleasant taste. Since a multiple emulsion system, the drug is generally present in innermost phase, so it is not directly coming in contact with tongue, and that's why this multiple emulsion system, they can be given by oral route. There are the various drugs like phenolphthalein, vitamin A, castor oil, cod liver oil, chloroquine, phosphate. They can be generally given in the form of emulsion system. Second is improved bioavailability. The multiple emulsions can also be used to enhance the bioavailability by increasing the surface area and by protecting the drug from first pass metabolism. because absorption of the drug has been found to be faster and better when they are formulated as the emulsion. Small particle size of the drug present in dispersed system result in large specific area. This leads to higher rate of drug dissolution and possibly a superior bioavailability. Another advantage of multiple emulsion is sustained release medication. For sustained release medication, multiple emulsions are formulated in which the drug present in innermost phase has to cross the several phases before it is available for absorption in the system. When the multiple emulsion is administered intramuscularly, it is generally form a depot from where the formulation from the drug is generally released slowly from the formulation and behave like a sustained release dosage form. Next advantage is biocompatibility and biodegradability. Because since the multiple emulsion is generally contains components which are biodegradable and biocompatible, and this is the advantage over the other dosage form in which many components they are not non biodegradable and pose a problem. Now, the second objective of this module is advantages of the multiple emulsion. Now, let us see what are the various advantages of multiple emulsion system. First one is it is a versatile drug carrier system. As we all know, they are generally oil in water in oil emulsion and water in oil in water emulsion. And mostly the hydrophobic or hydrophilic drug, they are generally present in internal aqueous phase in case of water in water emulsion, and in case of oil in water in oil emulsion we usually put a hydrophobic drug in the internal oil phase, and we can make as a versatile drug carrier system. Or in another word, we can say both the hydrophilic and lipophilic drug, they can be given by one emulsion system, because we put a water soluble drug in internal aqueous phase, and in oil phase we can put another drug, by keeping in mind that these two drugs should not have any interaction, and in that way we can make them as a carrier for both the hydrophilic and hydrophobic drug. Second advantage of multiple emulsion is protection. It is one of the most important advantage and application of multiple emulsion, because we all know that the if you are incorporating any moiety or pharmaceutical active constituent in internal phase, whether it is a oil or water, so it can be prevented from the various degradation pathways, and the drug will not directly coming in contact with the external environment for the degradation. External environment for the degradation, they usually comprises of light and the oxygen and temperature. They can also prevent the drug from endogenous factors also, like the pH, enzymes, and so on. So in a broad way we can say they generally provide the full protection of the drug against these type of the degradation pathways. Another important advantage of emulsion as well as the multiple emulsion system is the nutritional supplement. In many cases, when the patient is ill and bedridden, and when he or she is not taking anything, in that case, this multiple emulsion or the simple emulsions, they can be administered intravenously, and in that case, the emulsion components are very biocompatible, and they are generally containing various oil soluble and water soluble nutrients like protein, carbohydrate, fats. We can easily dissolve in water or the oil phase, and we can administer to ill patient, which is basically a bedridden patient, and when the oral route is not possible. Another advantage of multiple emulsion system is a diagnostic purpose, and nowadays it is one of the most important advantage, as because we can diagnose so many diseases which are generally present in the body. But in that case, we can say it is generally act as a radio imaging type of the system, in which we are putting radio opaque material in internal phase, or in a dispersed phase, or in another word we can say we are putting in the small fine globules of emulsion system. And this emulsion system, when we are giving to patient intravenously, they are generally giving indication for the disease which is present in various parts of body. Topical use, again it is one of the very important advantage, because topical use in we are putting the emulsion on the skin, and the best examples are creams. So vanishing cream and the cold creams, they are basically a water in oil in water emulsions. And so we can say the multiple emulsions are used in topical delivery as a semi-solid vehicle also for the enhancement of dermal absorption, like the this benzyl benzoate cream, and this shaving cream, antiseptic creams, and cold creams, and so on. Economical, if we will see the multiple emulsion system or simple emulsion system, their components are not that much expensive as compared to the other dosage form, and they are generally simply they requires water, or the water as an internal phase or external phase, or sometimes we can use the buffer system also depending on the stability of the drug. And oil is another phase which is not that much expensive as compared to the polymer or the some other materials which we generally use to design or develop the another type of the formulation. So after discussing the advantages, because each systems they are having some pros and cons. So in the multiple emulsion systems, they are also having some disadvantages of the system. The first disadvantage of the multiple emulsion system is thermodynamically they are unstable. So in that way they are very unstable, and that's why till date no market preparation is available in today's date. And second thing is partitioning effect of emulsifier. In many a times the emulsifier may partition from one phase to another phase, and it will hinder the stability, and it will also affect the osmotic gradient between the two phases, internal and the external phases. Phase inversion is another problem in it is existing in multiple emulsion as well as in the emulsion system. Sometimes during the storage period, the emulsions they can be converted into the water in oil to oil in water, and same as in case of multiple emulsion system, due to the migration of the surfactant, they can be converting into the oil in water, or water in oil system they are converting into the oil in water system they may convert into the water in oil system. Coalescence, it is again another problem, because in spite of so many precautions, we cannot prevent the coalescence of the droplets, and up to certain extent we can prevent by putting a proper concentration of the surface active agent, but but we generally find the coalescence or the aggregation of the droplets, and it will lead ultimately to the creaming and the phase separation and the breaking of the emulsion. Then next disadvantage is swelling and the shrinking of the internal droplets, because if any change in the internal droplets or the dispersed phase globules, it will ultimately lead to the instability of multiple emulsion system. And the last disadvantage is liquid dosage form. They are much more bulky and very heavy also, and it is very difficult to transport also, because the chances of the leakage and the leaching, and they are generally very common in all the liquid preparation. So from the transport point of view, their packaging is also very challenging, and person whosoever is involved in their manufacturing and the packaging, he should take a proper precaution of choosing a proper container. Formulation components of multiple emulsion system. The following are components of multiple emulsion formulation. First is oil phase, second is aqueous phase, it may be a buffer solution also. Third one is the emulsifying agents and other additives. First component, oil. Oil used in the preparation of pharmaceutical emulsions are of natural, synthetic, and semi-synthetic origin, including simple ester, fixed, volatile oils, hydrocarbons, semi-synthetic oils, and synthetic oil. The oil itself may be the medicament, or it may function as a carrier for a drug, or even form part of a mixed emulsifier system, as in case of some fixed oil that contains sufficient free acids. Many oils, particularly those of natural origin, are liable to auto-oxidation with subsequent rancidity. So, it is frequently necessary to add an antioxidant or preservative to inhibit this degradation process. Selection of oil phase can affect various emulsion parameters like yield, release profile, size, and emulsion stability. This table is showing various types of oils. Like in case of natural oils, they are again divided into three: fixed oil, mineral oil, and volatile oil. The example of fixed oil is arachids oil, cod liver, and castor oil. Mineral oil, liquid paraffin is the best example. Volatile oil, cinnamon, and peppermint oil. Synthetic oils, they are again divided into a triglyceride, mono and diglyceride, propylene glycol ester. Among this Campul PG8 and lauroglycol, glyceryl tricaprilate, and this Campmul MCM, they are very common example and can be used to prepare multiple emulsion system. Second component of multiple emulsion is pharmaceutical emulsifiers. Emulsifying agents are used to promote the emulsification at the time of manufacturing and to impart stability during the shelf life that can vary from days for extemporaneously prepared emulsions to months or years for commercial preparations. In practice, combination of the emulsifier rather than the single agent is used. This slide is showing the classification of the emulsifiers we generally used in preparation of multiple emulsion system. The first class is naturally occurring polysaccharide, examples acacia, tragacanth, etc. Sterol containing substances, beeswax, wool alcohol, and gelatin. Another class is synthetic and semi-synthetic emulsifier, in which the anionic emulsifier example is sodium lauryl sulfate, cationic example is cetrimide, and non-ionic emulsifying agent, which are very popular and they generally comprise of tween, span, cetostearyl alcohol, amphoteric lecithin is example. Another class which we can use as a emulsifying agent, that is a finely divided solids, under which the bentonite, aluminum magnesium silicate can be used. Other formulation additives in multiple emulsion system. The first is density modifier. Examples are dextrose, sucrose, propylene glycol. These density modifiers are generally added in internal phase in order to maintain the tonicity and osmotic pressure of internal and the external aqueous phase, and they generally enhance the stability of multiple emulsion system. Humectants, they are generally used in topical multiple emulsion systems, and their main purpose is to maintain the moisture balance of the skin. Examples are glycerol, polyethylene glycol, and propylene glycol. The third additive is antioxidant. Antioxidants are added to many pharmaceutical preparations to prevent oxidative deterioration on storage of oil, emulsifier, or the drug itself. Such deterioration, as well as the destabilization of the formulation, imparts an unpleasant odor or taste. Some oils are supplied containing antioxidant already. Those commonly used antioxidant in pharmacy include butylated hydroxyanizole, that is a BHA, and butylated hydroxyl toluene, BHT, at a concentration up to 0.2%. Other antioxidants are alkyl galates, propyl, octyl, and rhodecyl esters of gallic acid. Preservatives. It is essential that emulsion formulation should resist microbial attack, because the presence of the microbial contamination like fungal or the some bacteria, they generally provide a very unpleasant color, odor, or sometimes they can also change the pH. So preservatives, they are playing a very important role in formulation. Some commonly used preservatives are they are parahydroxybenzoic acid, methyl and propyl paraben. Another additive is co-surfactant. Sometimes the co-surfactant can also be add to multiple emulsion formulation in order to provide the additional stability and in order to increase the flexibility of the dispersed phase. The some commonly used co-surfactants are ethylene glycol, propylene glycol, ethanol, propanol, and transcutol P. Organoleptic additives, they comprises of sweetening, coloring, and the flavoring agent. Some commonly used sweetening agents, they are sucrose, sorbitol, mannitol, and aspartame. Flavoring agents, they are also playing an important role and an addition to taste masking of multiple emulsion system. Commonly used flavoring agents are fruit juices, aromatic oils, peppermint, lemon, and carotenoids, and so on. Factors to be considered before formulation of multiple emulsion system. The following are important factors which can affect the quality of the formulation. The first is hydrophilic lipophilic balance, that is the HLB of the emulsifier. Second, Bancroft rule, and third one is energy barrier and zeta potential. First, hydrophilic lipophilic balance. The HLB number is an index prescribing the hydrophilic lipophilic balance. A hydrophilic emulsifier possesses an higher HLB number and they are generally used in preparation of oil in water emulsifier. Examples are Twinity, HLB is 15, sodium oleate, HLB is 18. On the other hand, a lipophilic emulsifier has a low HLB number and they generally used in preparation of water in oil emulsion, and they also known as a water in oil emulsifier. Examples are SPAN 80, HLB is 4.3, SPAN 60, HLB is 4.6, SPAN 40 and SPAN 20. HLB methods for selection of emulsifying agents. This method has been devised for calculating the relative quantities of emulsions necessary to produce the most physically stable emulsion for a particular oil and water combination. This is called the hydrophilic lipophilic balance method. First, we will discuss about the method for two surfactant mixture. The formula is HLB blend is equal to F into HLB A plus 1 minus F into HLB of B. F is the fraction of surfactant A in the blend. The HLB method for simple alkyl ethers in which the hydrophile consists only of ethylene oxide. The formula is HLB is equal to E divided by 5. The E is the weight percentage of ethylene oxide groups present in that emulsifier. The HLB of polyhydric alcohol fatty acid ester such as glyceryl monostearate may be obtained from this equation. HLB is equal to 20 inside the bracket 1 minus S by A, where S is the saponification number of ester and A is the acid number of fatty acid. HLB value can also be calculated from the group contribution using this formula. HLB is equal to summation hydrophilic group number minus summation of lipophilic group number plus 7. The another important factor which one should consider before formulation of multiple emulsion, that is Bancroft rule. Bancroft rule describe the relationship between the nature of emulsifying agent and type of emulsion formed. According to this rule, when this emulsion is going to be formed depending on the solubility of emulsifying agent. So if the emulsifying agent is soluble in water, the emulsion will be oil in water type of emulsion. And if the emulsifying agent is soluble in oil phase, then the emulsion will be always water in oil emulsion. Or in another word, we can say if the emulsifying agents are more soluble in the water than in the oil, their HLB will be very high and they will always provide oil and water emulsion. And if the emulsifying agents they are more soluble in oil, they will always have a low HLB value and they are preferably used in water in oil emulsion. Another important parameter which one should consider before formulating the multiple emulsion, that is the energy barrier and zeta potential. They are important parameters which impart knowledge about the stability of multiple emulsion system. An ionic surfactant adsorbed at the interface by orienting their hydrophilic and hydrophobic parts towards the polar and nonpolar phase of emulsion respectively. But some counter ions of the surfactant, example sodium ion from sodium dodecyl sulfate, will separate from the surface and form diffused cloud reaching out in the continuous phase. Charged droplets surface show a diffuse layer of counter ions. The surface and the counter ions called electric double layer. When two droplets approach the electric double layer overlap, electric potential between the droplet increased, which means that increased energy must be added with reduced distance between the droplets. Zeta potential. It is the electric potential in the interfacial double layer. It is the potential difference between the dispersion medium and the fluid present as the stationary layer attached over the dispersed globules. The zeta potential is a key indicator of the stability of multiple emulsions. The magnitude of zeta potential indicates the degree of electrostatic repulsion between similarly charged globules in a dispersion. For the molecules or the globules that are small enough, a high zeta potential will impart stability by resisting aggregation in the dispersion media. When the potential is small, attractive forces may surpass this repulsion and the dispersion may break. So, emulsions with high zeta potential, negative or positive, are electrically stabilized, while with a low zeta potential tend to coalesce or aggregate and impart the instability to the system. This figure is showing the relation between uh, particle separation and energy, and the two potentials involved in DLVO theory are from an overlap of the electric double layer and from the van der Waals interaction. A sufficient positive value of the total interaction gives the particle stability. So, when an increase in the energy means repulsive forces between the droplets will be dominating factor. Since the droplets are different from the continuous medium, a van der Waals attraction potential will be developed. The interaction between the droplets is decided by the total potential, and a sufficient positive value of this potential is generally required for stability of multiple emulsion system. So, the students, let us see what we can conclude from today's model. So, the conclusions are: first, the preparation of multiple emulsion or the simple emulsion, it is quite challenging, and generally the successful development and the stable emulsion development is generally based on the basic knowledge of physico chemical property and the stability of emulsions as well as the emulsifier. The second conclusion is that the components in which we generally basically use the emulsifying agent, they are generally playing a very important role in stability of multiple emulsion system. So, the proper selection of emulsifying agent and their concentration is very important, because we have already seen that this multiple emulsion containing at least two emulsions, water in oil and oil in water emulsion, simultaneously they are generally present in multiple emulsion system. So, we are generally using two emulsifier. One is low HLB emulsifier, another one is high HLB emulsifier. So, proper balancing and proper selection of emulsifier is very important in making a very proper, stable and palatable emulsion system. Multiple emulsion systems, they are generally the advancement of simple emulsion system. There are the various advantages of multiple emulsion system, like the taste masking. They can be used for the sustained release purpose also. They can be used to enhance the bioavailability also. And but due to their instability, they are generally they are not present in commercial form. But if anybody or can extend this project, and by making the dry emulsion concept, we can get a success in their commercialization.